Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Produce Buzzers podcast. We are so happy you have joined us today, and I think you will be too after the show is over, because you will learn a lot about fresh fruits and vegetables, how to select and store them, how to prepare and cook them, and surprising facts about their history and origin. We hope it inspires you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, not only for your health, but also for your delight and pleasure as you explore their amazing world of taste and delicious flavors. Eating more of them will transform your life in so many positive ways. So settle back, relax, and get ready for another delicious adventure with the Produce Buzzers. Hello, Produce Buzzers podcast fans. Thanks for joining us once again. The following episode was recorded at the Southeastern Produce Council's annual Southern Exposure Convention in Tampa, Florida this year. We had to conduct our interviews out on the convention floor, so there was a lot of competing background noise. So we apologize for that, but the conversation was still audible. So please stay tuned and learn all about the world's fruit, mangoes. Today, listeners, we have a special guest, Dan Spellman from the National Mango Board. And we know you all love mangoes, but maybe you don't know that much about them. And Dan is going to tell you about it. But first, let's hear a little bit about Dan. What's your background and how did you get into mango?
Awesome. Well, thank you again for the opportunity. And my friends call me Dango Mango, so I'm going to go with that.
I like it.
But actually, I've only been in the produce industry for a year and a month. But who's counting, right?
Oh, really?
So I come from a travel technology background. So for me, I'm learning and absorbing, I'm hearing these brands, the powerful brands that are come from that perspective. So really career pivot, change. But being part of the Mango Board, learning about the industry as a whole, produce and, fruits, vegetables, and where mango is and the opportunities and the challenges and I don't know, this excitement around this fun fruit. I mean, It's really a lot of fun and a year and a month, but it feels longer, but in a really great way. So I've really enjoyed just being with the NMB and just learning and
there's so much to learn about it. That's great that we've got a kind of a fresh perspective. Yeah. No pun intended. Fresh perspective on mangoes here, but that's great. I think you're going to like your pivot. You feel like maybe this is something that's more valuable and helpful or healthful for people than what you were previously doing? You may have been doing something just as helpful.
So it's interesting. I'm originally from New York, went to high school in Boca Raton, and then had an opportunity to swim at Florida State University. Oh. And that was when I was really first introduced to mangoes from a nutritional standpoint for hydration purposes, vitamin A, vitamin C, energy, because unfortunately, for me at least, there's no caffeine during the season until the end of the season. Then started.
Now, what sport were you playing?
I swam.
Oh, you were swimming.
So I was a sprint freestyler. So so I was introduced to mangoes are solid for this, and a multitude of different fruits that are out there. But mango was we had a little thing called Mango Knolls. So it was like a little play on there. One thing you can do with mango with puns, sorry for the non-Seminole fans out there, but that's when I first got introduced, and then left college, stayed in the state of Florida. Lived in Orlando now, 21. I've been to Orlando the entire time since I've been in Florida, and it's travel, technology space, and then but for me, nutrition has been so critical. So when this opportunity came up, I'm like, well, it was after the pandemic. One thing was getting healthy and the right way, and mango was part of getting back into my diet as well. And then actually the National Mango Board happened, and it's been a lot in a great way. Not only getting people excited about mango, but also getting people understand nutritional benefits, because a lot of things is cutting a ripeness. That's one part of the conversation, but what benefits? There's a lot of fruits that are out there that are staple fruits. They're if I'm athletic and I have cramps as an example, I'm going to eat a banana for potassium.
Right.
I want vitamin C for immunity. Orange. Again, the mango has so much of those different areas. And again, we we want to be part of the daily necessity. That's always been our goal. We're not the exotic fruit anymore. We're the everyday fruit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's really transitioned from an exotic fruit that most people didn't know much about. Well, while we're on the nutrition, can you dive deeper into our listeners like to know what's this fruit going to help you with nutrition?
For me, we think mango is a gateway to energy. And I think a lot of people look for like vitality. And there's certain brands you see on TV, like, you take a pill, you feel better.
Right.
For us, it's like that's the shortcut. For us, it's like, the right fruits and vegetables. So for mango, it's like boosting your day. It's kind of like the natural coffee breaks, we like to say. So vitamin A, vitamin C, great folic acid, high in fiber. Again, those different things from that perspective.
I like that. It's like an energy drink without all the bad stuff that comes with energy.
So a lot of our marketing and what we're doing and really pivoting our nutritional messages, like, and we're looking at our audience, like, okay, what do people want to feel? They want to feel that just energy. But when they experience it, we go to the doctor, and unfortunately, I heard the news about high cholesterol. Like, okay, well, what are some fruits can help that? And mango is one of them. Right. Not saying the one, but one of them
can help.
So I think it's one of those things that addressing different things that can help the everyday person. But again, who doesn't want more energy, more vitality in their life? And so there are things that we're doing from our marketing perspective. Is like, it all starts with mango. Make it with mango. But why should I? And that's what we're trying to do from our nutritional standpoint. But folic acid, I think I mentioned vitamin A, vitamin C.
Lots of antioxidants.
Oh, yes, potassium too.
Yeah, potassium,
Right.
So when you're training as a swimmer and you're going to use mango, do you put it in a blender for a sports drink, or do you just eat it?
Eat it. Yeah. Eat it. For us, we always the mango smoothie, if available, if the blenders are around. Again, it's such a delicious fruit that goes into there, but just the good old scoop and soar, cut the cheeks,
right? Scoop
and score, and
so you're looking for more long-term energy, not a quick sugar fix from a blender.
Yeah, pretty much. It's we will probably have like a whole mango, and there's different varieties. And from my knowledge now, we eat a lot of kits, a lot of keats. So high in fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C. The honey mangoes are delicious. Mostly come from Mexico and Peru as well.
Those are the yellow ones,
yes,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a little smaller, but I get the Kents and Keats. Just cut them up. You get one mango a day.
Are the Kents and the Keats, those are two different varieties for our listeners. Yep. Are those the most popular ones that they see on the shelves? What do they look like?
I would say right now, based on sales data, number one is our honey mangoes or the altufos. Right. I would say Kents and Keats are probably the most available readily throughout the year. Okay. Tommy Atkins is probably number 4. And then Francis mangoes are in the marketplace. And then also an emerging mango in terms of production, the Nam Dak Mai, which is based from, originally came from Thailand, and now, and actually grown homestead. So we get a lot of those now from a domestic perspective. So,
right. So can you tell us we're only audio, as you know, but we will put something up on the website to show the different varieties. But can you give a quick description of those varieties?
Sure. I mean, I know.
So we talked about the honey, which are also known as altufos. Those are the yellow ones. Yep. A little smaller, a little differently shaped. Yep. But the others, how do they differ?
Yeah. So I would say the Kents have a little red blush. You can actually, when it's ripe, you can actually smell. You get a nice little aroma with that as well. The Keats are more the green mango.
The green.
It's green. Tommy, a little bit of the blush, a little bit of the red. So again, there's a little bit the variety kind of similarities between the Kent and the Tommies. Francis,
do those both get the yellow color to them as well when they ripe?
No.
Okay.
Francis does, though.
That's the Francis.
There's a little bit of the yellow in there as well. So again, that's one of the things about mango. It's and then the opportunity as we educate, our consumers, consumers in general, is color. Just like generally people, is it ripe? Do they look at color? Mango is more tactile.
Okay.
So again, even feeling the honey mango is like, oh well, how do I know? In that case, wrinkles are good. Slight wrinkling actually means that, but feeling the Kent or the Keats or the Tommy Atkins, you got to feel it. If it feels as hard as a softball, give it a couple of days. A little life hack is put it next to a banana, and it'll help in the ripening process.
Right. That banana puts off the ethylene gas, which ripens.
Yep.
That ripens all kinds of fruits.
Yep.
Not all fruits ripen from that, but a mango does.
Yes.
Does it get sweeter as it ripens, or just softer?
In my opinion, it depends on the variety. I think Kents do. Keats, I think, remain from that perspective, but it is more soft in nature. So as ripening is more, it's a little squishy. That's not something a bad thing.
Right.
So,
You know, like peach, for example, they never really get sweeter. They just soften up.
Yeah.
And they're more palatable.
Kents do. Honeys definitely do. Honeys do. But honeys, again, is a little easier to determine ripeness. Get a little less slightly.
Now, when they're picking them up on the grocery store shelf and trying to see if they're salted, they don't want to crush them, right? Just a slight. How would you recommend?
I give it a nice pinch.
Okay.
A nice little pinch. And again, it's one of the things we encourage customers if they want to make mango part of their daily necessity is, again, just bring in, feel it there's stage 1. It's probably I would say 2-3 days away. Stage 2, you're a day or so away. And then stage 3 is perfect. It's nice little squishy, but not like squishy where you break into it. That's a different problem.
Right.
But again, a nice little, kind of little bounce.
Sometimes I've seen them in the stores. They've been there for a while. They get little black spots on them. Is that a problem, or can you just cut that away?
You could, but we tell our retailers that at this point, it's like, hey, at that point,
Okay. And you touched on how to cut a mango.
Yes.
So I think there's I've seen 2 or 3 different ways. Tell our
this is a fun one I learned. We did a nutritional think tank in New Orleans. So I'm going to use a kit. So I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my ability verbally here. So you cut the bottom, so stand up. So the mango's upright, vertical. You cut down right cheek, left cheek, or left cheek, right cheek, whatever we prefer.
right along the seed.
Yeah. So you kind of feel and again, and mango is generally called a stone fruit. So again, kind of feel from there, and if it feels like a little tension there, just move a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. Cut. You have 2 cheeks now, and then we do what we call first we score.
Okay.
So kind of
square. Mark. A grid across them.
Exactly. Grid, or I like to call tic-tac-toeing it. Okay. That's fine.
That's a good one.
And then I actually, when I scoop, I actually use a cup. So I actually take the cheek and put the cup through. And it makes it easy for me because after I put it in the cup, it's there for me, and I just use the spoon. It's ready to go.
So you put the lip of the cup between the skin and the meat, and just drive it through.
The ultimate life hack that I learned 2 months into the National Mango Board.
That's good. I've tried that store method before, and I've seen where they say, "Well, turn it kind of inside out."
Do the hedgehog
and
as well.
Take hedgehog.
Yes.
Oh, we got some good names.
You can do that as well.
Yeah.
Does the cup work better than a glass? Because I've used a glass.
To me, I personally like the cup, but the glass works effectively too.
It would be wider.
Yeah.
I mean, you just wouldn't want to use a big fat coffee mug. You need something with a thinner.
I mean, when you try mango coffee, I mean, we just kidding. No, it's definitely got to have a little bit of that grab. Yeah, so definitely glass would work.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about where mangoes grow.
Yeah, so for the National Mango Board, our rule is fresh consumption in the United States, and our top 5 markets: 1, Mexico, 2 is Peru, 3, Brazil, 4, Ecuador, and 5 right now is between the Dominican Republic and Guatemala.
This is by volume.
Yes, by overall volume
that's coming into the United States.
Yeah, that's correct. Right. So again, it depends on seasonality, and but generally, Mexico brings in the most volume that's imported. 98% of all mango in the United States is imported.
Okay.
So only 2% are actually grown in the United States. Mango is a sensitive fruit. It's.
I mean, I can't insult it.
That's it.
Ribbon, tease it.
Please don't.
Hey, that's my job.
No mango shaming, please. No, it's like, for example, like if for those that are familiar with the state of Florida, Miami's perfect. Perfect temperature, generally doesn't go below 40 degrees generally.
Yeah.
Even one day is not so bad, but like Orlando, it's 200 miles north, not really suitable for mango trees.
The mango tree won't survive, or just the fruit won't bear, or is it
it won't bear. Yeah, it won't bloom from that perspective. So basically, if you want to follow the equator,
Right.
and kind of you'll see those that are kind of our top spots. So Mexico, for example, it's like North Sinaloa area, kind of there's certain areas on the coast, but following the equator from that side. So the DR, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, their crop is really coming back over a period of time. Sadly, because due to the weather, that's been a circumstance there. But Peru's been a tremendous exporter to us here in the United States.
Are they kind of new to the mango world, or are they native there?
Native, but I would say very much Peru is very much mango is very much an export product. And what I mean by that common is like it's not readily used within Peru. So they pretty much like grow it. It's more like to help bring up the community and they ship it out. So, but I would say probably the past 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Or Peru.
I think of Peru is mountainous and
yep.
It's not tropical up in the mountains. I'm sure down on the ocean.
It's mainly the southwest, like the Pura area. Tremendous amount of groves there. Peru has had, this year was a little difficult. Every 25 years is El Nino. So it's, either fast rain that comes in or then the next year hit by climate, so that's a little difficult in the tree. So production went down a little bit in Peru this year, and so that's been less Peruvian fruit, less Ecuadorian fruit that came into the States.
I think that's true across a lot of fruits and vegetables coming out of Peru this year, and so that's impacted the supply. Quality too.
I wouldn't say quality. I think it's more definitely supply. We do. If you go to mango.org, we have what we call origin stories. So basically the story about where mangoes come from. And we filmed another one for Peru. And the packing plant is funny. We were talking to some of the workers there. It was February specifically. First week of February, it'd be packed. And right now it was like, I would say 75% full of mango. And it was so a little lighter. But again, conditions that, that unfortunately we can't control. And but again, it's trying to find more stronger mango varieties, to sustain during difficult climates. But again, El Nino happens, and it's out of our control, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. But most of them was Mexico, and does Mexico get hit or hurt by El Nino, or was their volume pretty?
That's not. Yeah. They're pretty resilient in terms of what their groves are. So it has not impacted there.
Yeah.
Is that a drier climate also in Mexico?
Yeah, drier, and I think dry works for mango. Dry but soluble. So like holds the rain. Peru again, like when you have that El Nino effect happen, it taxes the topsoil. So basically, it takes some time to recover as well from that. So it's like they have a fast rain, and then it doesn't absorb the water, so the trees, and therefore, again, one thing that mango is great for, and necessarily from a vitamin perspective, but hydration. How if you hold a mango, how many you can? I don't say you can hear the water, but it's very much like a water soluble fruit, and so it's like when the soil can't bring it into the tree, it impacts that.
You can't grow them in a desert climate.
No,
it's got to be. You've got to have some tropical. Yeah, that's interesting. Well,
I remember a few years ago there was a lot of talk about mangoes from India, but it doesn't seem to have progressed like that.
Yeah, I think mangoes in India generally they ship most of their fruit to Europe through the European Union. We do have some Indian exporters that have reached out to our different various suppliers, not necessarily through the board, to work with us. But again, it's for them. It's from a logistical standpoint, it's probably easier to ship to Europe.
I had read most of theirs get consumed in the country because it's such a popular fruit.
And again, it's an interesting, and this is something that's been confirmed by USDA. Mango is the most consumed fruit in the world because of being so it's the king of fruits. But in the States, that's our opportunity. It's like it's kind of like I equate mango to football or aka soccer. It's popular around the world. How to make it more popular here? Yeah. It's popular, but how to make it more popular?
Well, you've come a long way since we had our fresh produce business years ago here in North Carolina, up the road a bit. We sold some mangoes, but
one thing that was interesting is opened a retail farmers market in Charlotte back in the 1980s. And we wanted to have a lot of variety of produce and bring in things maybe to the grocery store. When we opened the place, we didn't realize that the Hindu temple for the people from India was like across the road from us. And so when we first opened, all of a sudden, all these people from India in our market shopping and started asking for things. One of them was mangoes, because we only had a few on display. They actually did a program with us a couple of times a year where we bring in like almost a truckload of mangoes. I don't think it was a fundraiser, but they just wanted to buy them because they love mangoes. And so this guy would head the thing up, and he'd have everybody's name, and they'd come and pick up their mangoes at our market, and they would always tell me about how wonderful the mangoes were in India. They wish they could. And that's why I was asking, are they really any? They go
very good. It's just we do get some, but it's not. It's mainly West Coast United States.
I'm sure there are probably hundreds of different varieties that really aren't commercial.
There's over 150. But again, some are not,
not commercially viable.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, first of all, mango from a cultural, I won't go quite religious, but the mango fruit is, they use all parts of the mango tree. It's part of their culture. It's fascinating from that perspective, where the mango is revered. An interesting part when India became part of the British Empire, to go a little bit of history here, they gave Queen Elizabeth I a box of mangoes, and it's like, and initially her officers like, how dare they send us fruit? and then they're the kind of their equivalent of their Indian consulate ambassador is like, no, that's the highest compliment and respect, because it again represents joy, care, luck in the interpretation. And Queen Elizabeth loved them, and she would have mangoes brought to her from India.
And this is in the 1500s is when she was on the throne, so that was quite a lot. They probably were wondering about these. That's really interesting. So you mentioned origin story. Where does the mango originate? When was it first? When did it first appear?
It's India is where it comes from, and then through exploration, you mentioned the 1500s, 1600s. Again, the different explorers brought it to the New World, and then started growing in a variety of different climates. Again, Brazil. Again, going into the Portuguese explorers. Dominican Republic and Haiti, Hispaniola, Spanish explorers. So again,
so it wasn't native to the Americas at all until these spice traders. A lot of what there was.
So the actual genus of mango is Mangifera indica. So it comes from India as a whole, and so it kind of was brought to these different countries, and it's just kind of skyrocketed from there, and then again, South America it continues to grow. Different countries that are getting more involved in mango. In the United States, domestically, and it's interesting because I know it's not part of the mainland in terms, but it's obviously part of one of the states. But Hawaii is tremendous mango growth, in terms of production. And not only do we want to grow pineapples, we want to grow mango as well. And
their pineapple production has basically been shut down. Their exporting of pineapples, I think, has been devastated. And we don't get many from Hawaii anymore, if any at all. Anyway, that's another story.
Like Hawaii, it seems like we're importing from there, but again, it's they've done a tremendous job of growing that state in terms of mango production.
The climate's right for it.
Perfect.
After all that selling mangoes in Charlotte, like I was talking about, once in a while something go bad, and you have to ferment the smell. I was actually in Hawaii, and we were taking a walk out. It's like a jungle. I started noticing this familiar smell. I looked down on the ground, and there were mangoes all over the ground. And they're just growing wild out there.
That's great.
And they had the black spots on, but I picked them up anyway and took them back to the hotel room and cut them up for the kids, and they were just fabulous. But
really sweet.
I wonder percentage of the mangoes in the world are actually just growing out wild in the jungles.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. From what we understand, this is based on the data that maybe nearly of what is actually sold worldwide. Again, maybe like 6% is not accounted for.
How much? What percent?
60%.
Wow.
So I mean, people just they grow it in
backyards and
yeah, pretty much, and yeah, like as I mentioned,
Even
Peru, and like I mean, they're selling they just grow and then just take it to the marketplace, and so yeah, it's truly, again, not to with all due respect to any other fruit or vegetable, it's really the world's fruit.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just growing out there, and anybody to harvest in some cases. It's not being cultivated.
Yeah.
Which explains why
Yeah.
the most consumed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, in the origins, like for us, we're looking at we would love to do a trip in India. Like that's where the the quote unquote mothership.
Right.
But for us, we've done origin stories for Mexico. We've done one for Hawaii. Peru will be coming out, but Guatemala, Puerto Rico, we did one as well. We have 6 origin stories that are available. Brazil. That we currently available. Peru will be our 7th on our website.
And our listeners can find that at mango.org.
Yeah, mango.org /origin-stores. Yeah.
And I bet you probably have some pretty great recipes on that site. So why don't you tell us about that? Do you have any favorites? Or I think you've got a lot of.
It's interesting we talk about nutrition. All my favorite mango dishes are probably not as nutritious as they should be. The mango baked brie. So good. Mango lassi. So good from that perspective. But we have over 550 recipes.
Really?
Yeah, and they're shoppable on our website. So mango.org/recipes.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to remember there. Get a variety of different things from breakfast to lunch, dinner, desserts. And again, for those that want to have something sweet or savory, but again, it's always
can do
nutritious.
Both. Yeah. Teresa makes a great mango salsa.
Yeah, absolutely. Salsa, big thing.
Spicy and say sweet and savory. It's really good.
I think one of the things that mango is, this is versatile in how you make it, what you can make it with. So again, mango with avocado as an example. A mango, like a lot of cross shopping capability.
Right.
We think there's a lot of.
It was great with seafood. If I see seafood on a menu and it's got a mango sauce or a salsa with it.
Yeah, there was a really cool it was an organic event, I like to call it, when we did the Peru origin story, and we had like a host, so a Peruvian citizen. Her name was Karen. Started surfing school out in Lopitos, which is like northwest part of Peru, and started surfing school. She met her dad. Her dad's a fisherman. He made ceviche. And
the Peruvian is the best.
And he's like, he's like, no, you don't put mango in a ceviche. Absolutely not. She's like, try it. Puts it in there, and he's like, I'm never not putting mango in there. So I was like, that's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah.
Like, and again, that was like off camera, and then we're like, okay, now we got to put that on camera now. So
that's cool.
And for people like me, explain what that is.
Ceviche.
So ceviche, so it's naturally cut. So basically, you have all the basic raw seafood. So you have like fresh cut fish, fresh cut shrimp, but all the oils, a lot of lime. The acid really, takes care, so it makes it safer.
Marinated too, which kind of, in a way, it cooks it, so it's not like you're eating raw fish.
You're not. Yeah, exactly. We clarify that, and then obviously after that, let it sit there for a little bit, and then incorporate some mango in there. So
basically, what I've had is like salsa, but it has shrimp, and usually they're the small little shrimp.
It's diced up,
or white fish that's diced up very small. Yeah. It's really good.
And then and then in Peru, what is big is octopus, or what they call pulpo.
Oh, I've not had that.
Yeah, a lot of octopus.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I guess sushi would go with mango too.
Oh yeah, a lot of rolls in the sushi bars that I've been into that have mango on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, so maybe not new. I don't think it is new. The one that I've only become aware of recently is a sugar mango from Colombia. Do you know about this? They're the small ones. They don't have a pit, you can eat the rind. What? Do you know anything about those?
So I mean that's an emerging mango. Again, kind of becoming more mainstream in the States.
Right. It's not a lot of volume to it.
Not
so
yet,
it's,
not yet. And I think it's one of those things where, but a
Have
lot
you
of
tried one?
I have delicious.
And you can eat the skin. You just,
I personally don't, but you
You
can
check
if
it
you
out.
want to. Yes.
and again, I've not seen them even. I've only read about them.
Yeah.
And I saw a video of a little boy just taking one and biting into it.
Yeah.
And it looked like it didn't have
some
a
people
pit.
just like eat it like an apple.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like a little nice little chomp. Yeah.
Well, what else do you want our listeners to know about mangoes and the Mango Board, National Mango Board?
And for us, we're our mission, not just not only consumption of fresh mango, but simplifying mango. I think the recipe sometimes I think when you hear recipe, it's like, oh, that's complex. I think a lot of things is like we're as an industry is to simplify, and I think simplify is like you make your everyday dish. Again, it's of course we feel it's delicious and nutritious, but also having the how do we make this a daily necessity? We want to make our consumers try it. Both the tremendous health benefits, but how versatile it can be.
Right.
It is again perception, how to cut.
Yeah.
It's not that bad to do.
Right.
Ripeness, just grab and touch it. And
the cutting can seem a little overwhelming sometimes. I mean, it's so easy to grab a banana and peel it.
Sure, right.
Mango takes a little more work, but it's worth it. In the end.
Sure. And I think for us, it's how do we continue to make it mainstream? And you'll see a lot more marketing that we do and different efforts that we're trying to get it there. Because when people have it, one of the things that we have a target market called the Mango Maybes. And it's like, well, I like a mango, but I don't necessarily part of my everyday grocery list. And so it's like, ultimately, like, how do we make you an everyday mango user? And again, it's like, there's just simple ways that you can do it. And so you'll see more and more of those activations, videos, and again, more information that's going to be coming to mango.org very soon. So
check that out, listeners, mango.org. Lots of over 500 recipes. Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic. A lot of information about the origin, some interesting stories.
Yeah. Does your organization promote frozen mangoes as well, or just fresh?
Just fresh.
Just fresh.
Just fresh. Yeah.
So you can put the mango in the refrigerator after it's ripe to prolong the shelf life.
So we recommend after you cut it. Definitely don't chill your mangoes. That does take away the flavor a little bit. You can freeze it, like after you buy a fresh mango, you can cut it, freeze it. In some ways, that's actually better than actually just refrigerating. It's like it actually,
it's almost like eating ice cream.
Yeah.
You eat it frozen.
Yeah.
But when it thaws out, does it get mushy like some fruits, or does it hold its texture?
It holds its texture. Yeah. Yeah. But for us, but once you cut it, then definitely you put in the fridge.
Right.
But it's just more like if you just take the mango, bring it home, and just put it in the fridge, it does impact flavor. So.
Well, I know it won't ripen properly if you don't let it ripen first, but I wasn't sure about refrigerating it.
Well, once you dice it, leave in the morning, it's ready. It's fine. It won't impact it.
And the average shelf life, how long can you keep it?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest attributes of mango is if you bring it home, I would say we're looking shelf life in the store 5 to 7 days, so pretty long. And then bring it home probably another week or so. So it's a pretty long. And again, if it's room temperature, not too hot. I mean, again, normal. I mean, again, no one's putting the air conditioning at 55 degrees. If you are, I can't imagine your power bill. But I think for me, as long as room temperature, you can keep it for about a week.
Okay.
Bring it home.
Very good. Okay.
But I do want to say, if you cut the mangoes into chunks, put them in the freezer. You can keep them for a long time.
Oh yeah,
and for a snack for kids.
Yep.
Take them out. It's just as good as ice cream.
Yeah, and that's our goal. I mean, that's our. It's interesting that we're seeing people again. Hispanic, Asian American cultures are mango has been incorporated into their cuisine, their diet. So
it's like an everyday thing.
Yeah, right? So you see, younger, of those respective demographics, like Caucasian, African American, as an example. You're not introduced to kind of like my story. Like I wasn't introduced to mango until I was 18. The average time of introduction is about 14 years of age for Caucasian. African American about 12, 13. Now those of Caribbean descent.
Oh,
That's now mango is part of their
Right.
It's part of their cuisine. So for us, again, in the States, it's just a matter of, how do we, and again, this is take time, but how do we incorporate more and more into cuisine? So,
right.
so again, looking at food service opportunities and looking at restaurants where but again, it takes time to cut a mango. I got to put a dish out there, right? But again, we're overcoming that perception.
Yeah.
But so that's one of our opportunities. But again, that's
Anybody inventing a easy mango pitting device? I've seen some mechanical ones that are more like food service,
more
but they
peeling,
seem to waste a lot.
Not quite yet, because again, like the way, because it's never the stone fruit is never perfectly
You waste a
centered.
lot. I hate that waste. When I cut my mangoes, I take that knife and scrape that pit as much as I can. Save every little bit. Yeah. And there's no peaches. He mentioned peaches. There's no freestone mangoes being developed.
Not yet. No.
Okay. But it'll come. So that I trust some brilliant scientist out there is going to come up with. Okay. Now, when Manuel hired you,
yes,
he probably did not warn you about the Produce Buzzers podcast. That if you come on, you have to go through a very painful ritual.
Okay.
We have a segment of the show that we call Home Run. Teresa loves puns.
Okay.
And so every episode, she digs up a pun that relates to the topic, and she tells us this pun. It's usually in the form of a question. We try to guess what the answer is, thinking, it's a pun, so we have to use, kind of pun response. But it's always painful because they're so bad. They're not funny.
No.
That's why we groan instead of laugh.
No.
So you have to go through it with this, Dan.
Let's do it.
Sorry, I didn't let you know ahead of time.
No, it's fine. Let's do it. Hold on.
Series, what is our homegrown of the day?
How do you make a mango shake?
Wait a minute. Okay, now I'll repeat it. Give us some time to think about it. How do you make a mango shake? Okay, Rick, you have any ideas?
Put them in the refrigerator.
That'll make Dan shake.
Oh, I thought you were, okay, we're not talking about the beverage. You're talking, okay, I get it. It's got to be something. Dan, any ideas?
Make a mango shake.
He's thinking hard. I think he's going to come up with something good. We might have to call time on it.
Yeah, I think so.
Call time on me. I'm respectfully passing this one. But.
Okay. All right, Teresa, how do you make a mango shake?
Take it to a scary movie.
Oh, let's hear it.
That's awesome. I didn't even get it.
Shake, not a beverage.
There's something deeper than the scary movie. Okay. That's funny.
You're supposed to think the beverage, but then.
Well, then my refrigerator would be awesome. Even more terrifying, right? Because they're not supposed to be in the refrigerator.
And it's cold. You're going to shake.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh, it's good. I love it.
I can't give you back those last 2 or 3 minutes of your life, but.
I know. Put him in the refrigerator and make him watch a scary movie.
Stop this.
That's part of the scary movie.
Stop this. Yeah. This is scarier than it's scary. All right. Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Well, I do have a joke for you.
Okay,
all right.
It's not really mango, though.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Okay. What's the difference between George Washington and a duck?
Okay. What's the difference between George Washington and a duck?
Boy.
I know what the difference is, but I don't think it's the answer.
One has a bill on their face. One has a face on that bill.
That was good.
I got plenty of those dad jokes.
You should put that one on Facebook.
Oh, so you're a dad.
No, I'm
So
actually in.
You like the puns too.
Yeah, and we're expecting one more.
Oh, fantastic.
So how many weeks by now?
How many do you have now?
Well, never choose on the way. So
Okay, good.
All right.
So late October.
Okay.
Right.
So we announced a little early, but hey, that's
Well,
my wife and I were
congrats on that.
excited, so.
My wife and I were only going to have 2. We have 3. So be careful. We're not disappointed that the third one is
Be
beautiful.
careful of the mailman.
That guy.
I got a banjo joke for you. That's kind of like what you said.
Joe, please.
All right, so what's the difference between a banjo and an onion?
One doesn't make me cry after I hear it.
Nobody cries when you cut up a banjo.
Good. So I mentioned my wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
I used to be a drummer.
Really?
So if we were to have twins, what would I name my kids?
Oh, okay. Got some more. We're on a roll here.
And a 1 and a 2.
I thought it was going to be something like bongo and
Bongo and bongo.
Or a symbol known as.
That's right. Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
What's your
Appreciate it.
first, a boy or a girl?
So my first daughter, my daughter's Emma.
Okay.
So she's a 3-nager. So she's
A what?
a 3-nager.
Three-nager?
Oh yeah, she's already.
So she's out of the terrible
my
twos.
nickname is I call her Sassy Spellman.
Oh, that's good.
She's got a little bit of that going on. So
She got out of the terrible twos and into 3.
I mean, straight to high school.
Oh,
No.
That's good. And do you know the sex of the next one yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think we're gonna wait. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know what the right or wrong move is.
Yeah.
We had to wait in my day, but I like knowing ahead.
Yeah.
So you think you might do a gender reveal?
We did one before, and it was
was
my
fun.
mother-in-law is she's worked in culinary, specifically in
So
desserts.
she can make the cake for you.
Yes. Oh, you will have the cake, and yes. So we'll probably have another cake reveal. We're thinking.
We had a gender reveal party for our first grandchild, and the next door neighbor showed up naked.
Oh,
He said, "It's for the baby."
Not you. Don't reveal your gender. This is
Nice.
going
She was
way,
87.
nice.
this is going way down here. We're gonna have to stop this.
Yeah.
It's scary. Come
It's
back.
a slippery slope here.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Dan.
you. Thank
Really
you all for the
appreciate it.
opportunity, and great talking with y'all.
Yeah.
Again, we'll sure I'll see you around the.
Right.
This wonderful conference.
Congratulations on the new
Thank
position.
you, thank
You're going to do well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Produce Buzzers podcast, brought to you by Produce Buzz, the gathering place for lovers of fresh fruits and veggies. We hope you were entertained a bit and educated a lot about fresh produce. Be sure to join us next time, and please tell your friends to do so as well. Like, share, and comment on our Produce Buzz Facebook page. And check out our website at www.producebuzz.com. There you will find articles about fresh fruits and veggies, how to select, store, and prepare them, as well as lots of interesting facts about all the wonderful bounty the earth provides for us. Until next time, be fruitful and don't forget to veg out.